What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the second best podcast in Arizona. I do want to shout out to the homies from Backspin Golf Show, man. Super grateful they let me come on this weekend as a guest for the Senior Champions Open. It was amazing being out there just talking sports, talking mainly golf. One of the homies tried my UConn Huskies because Veterans Day just passed and the Air Force was going to beat them. Shout out to UConn for pulling off that dub. I think winning by 8 points, man. But super excited to be back here this week, man. I'm Geremy Davis, former NFL player and host of Golf and Gospel. Golf and Gospel is a show where I compete against your favorite athletes, professionals, and my friends in 9 holes as we are evangelizing about the good news in regards to Jesus Christ. And you can check all that out on golfandgospel.com. And guys, if you want to see Tiger Woods return back to form, you need to come see the best PT in Arizona. It's my co-host, the homie Nate Wong, former Nebraska golfer, man. We here again just talk all things golf, and obviously the gospel will be integrated into these episodes, man. But first off, man, guys, hydration is super important to athlete success, and the best way to stay hydrated is using Strokes Gained Hydration. They have amazing flavors from lemon, watermelon, and they got the new orange flavor that's super fire, dog. Go find their stuff in the link in the description, or you can go on the website and type in Golf and Gospel 10. Get your little percentage off, man. Also, do you want to hit better shots on the course? Well, got to make sure you keep those grooves clean. And the way I keep my grooves clean is by using Caddy Splash, the club cleaner, man. Also, go check the link in the description, and the link tree in the description, and start to hit better shots with Caddy Splash. Or you can go to the website, use the discount code Golf and Gospel 10. Again, get your little percentage off, dog. So, lastly, I want to say thank you to all 119 subscribers. We are super grateful for all you guys and the 24 followers on Spotify. But continue to help us out. Like, subscribe, share. If you got friends that love to nerd out about golf, bruh, send it to them, man. Stop making me and Nate do all this work, man. You guys are a vital part of the growth. So lock in with the kids, man. But again, we're super grateful for you guys. But Nate, let's jump into it, man. Gotta start with the LPGA. Me and Nate, we respect women's golf, and why don't you? Kai Trump debut on the LPGA was not as good as she would have hoped. Day 1 shoots at 83, but significant improvement on day 2 shooting at 75. But the real question is, was Kai Trump game, in all due respect, worthy of exemption?
Dude, this is the thing is,
Don't shut us down,
like,
Donald.
Yeah, don't shut us down, Donald. Don't listen. No, this is the thing. The 83.75, honestly, is a middle of the pack Division I college score. So I think people are like,
just
oh,
committed to Miami.
Yeah, she just committed. She just signed. So people are like hating on her, like she sucks. It's like, dude, that's a middle of the pack. Her debut event, like, what do you think? Your debut is gonna be your best event ever? So obviously, she probably wanted to play better. I think she's probably better than what the score reflects. But the other thing too is because people are like, well, she got more eyeballs on the TV screen. She got more engagement in the fans.
Yeah.
Part of me is like, I don't know, because there was also, Sophie Cunningham, Lexi, whatever, and then Caitlin Clark was there. You know what I'm saying?
Pro-Am, yep.
Yeah, so I'm like, dude, they got a ton of engagement from that, and I feel like I didn't see a ton of content around anything Kai Trump did, like on the course. They just showed her score.
Yeah.
So part of me's like, they probably just put all their eggs in one basket. It is kind of like a celebrity event because, like, Annika is like the Serena Williams of women's golf.
Tiger Woods,
so
yep, absolutely.
yeah, so she's a bit of a celebrity herself. So it's kind of like it's just a celebrity event.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's hard. It's not my place to say it's worthy or it's not worthy. You know?
Yeah. That was probably a tough word to use there. But I would say, and I love the LPGA, and obviously we both do, man. I do a lot of stuff for the LPGA. Part of me does believe that it was more of a publicity move because, again, you trying to grow the sport. You want people to watch more. And I'm not trying to knock this girl's talent. I mean, obviously she's a dog of a golfer, just signed with University of Miami, go Canes. But we look at her junior ranking, it's not really that good. Not really that good. And I think there were many other women who probably would have done more with that opportunity. Yeah, and I'm trying not to use the word worthy or deserving and stuff like that, but probably would have been more of that opportunity. But then again, it was her first one. Got her feet wet, so that can probably definitely help her next time she gets the opportunity to play in the LPGA event. But I was going to say the same thing. Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, I think a lot of eyeballs did get there, but I hope that bringing more talent on the LPGA does not get surpassed by like we need to do more publicity stuff to get more
Yeah.
eyeballs. Yeah, you want to continue because the talent on the LPGA is so good, and let's keep on building towards that. But again,
Yeah.
we never know. Kai can come back out another time and be like, "Dang, she just shot 68 and 65." Right?
I
I can
know,
only
like, once she
imagine. Yeah,
watch her like kill it in college because it's like now the pressure in college is like nothing because she played
Yeah.
an LPGA event. The other thing too is like part of me is like, did they just let her in because she had 1 million followers on? Because I think she has like 1 million followers on social
yeah,
media,
bruh.
and
It
it's
had
like,
to. It had to.
well, but then it's like, all right, well then that's why she's worthy, you know? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. From a
you
worldly
know,
standpoint, yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, if we're gonna like define worthy, you know, I kind of like what like it makes me think of like what James Franklin said when he was on College Game Day and he got fired. He's all like, Nick Saban's like, "Do you think that's fair?" And he's all like, "It's not my place to say what's fair. Like they thought it was the right thing to do, so it's their decision." And the LPGA thought it was the right thing to do. It's their decision, and they're mostly a good, well-run league, you know.
They are. They are. They are. I would never knock them. And to their defense too, they probably thought it was a good decision. Again, a good deserving pick of an exemption. It just didn't work out in the way they were hoping. And that's probably why they didn't showcase a lot of her shots because maybe she didn't have a lot of good shots. I mean, the first day
Yeah.
she was plus 13. It's not really much
Yeah.
highlights you can show except her first tee shot. And like, which is the only thing I think I saw was like, okay, here's her first tee shot at the LPGA event, and that was all
Dude,
we got besides the score.
That has to be nerves. So I feel like what happened with her, I don't know. I'm not in her head.
Yeah, for
And I'm
sure.
sure if when she watches this podcast, she'll let us know. She'll confirm or deny. But it's
There
like
we go.
I bet she made like a bogey and then like because she was nervous and then made another bogey and then all of a sudden you just get on this bogey train and it's really hard to hop off.
Yeah, I would know.
I'm assuming that's what happened. Yeah, I would know too, dude. It happened to me in college. So
Yeah. Yeah, like I know a day for me, shooting 83 for me is like I had a day. And if I ever shoot 75, I'm like, man, sign me up for the league right now. But
give my card right now.
Give my card right now, right? I'm skipping Q school. But hopefully she does really well at Miami, works her way on to one of those, the Women's All Pro Tour, NXXT Tour, obviously the Epson Tour, and we just see her skill level develop, and then she'll be looking back on this like, man, it's funny. My first event didn't go the way I want, but now maybe she's winning
what
a
a
full
great redemption.
championship or winning, in Portland or something like that in the future. But that's to be written, so we're not sure about that. But also shout out to Maya Yamashita, Rookie of the Year. Easily was going to get that, man. 2 wins this year, one being the AIG Open, man. Dog of a golfer, man. She solidified that spot already. But, man, we got to go to the Annika tournament, LPGA winner. ASU's finest, Lynn Grant, bro. Really want to know your thoughts on her performance because her season this year wasn't really super impressive. So a bit of a shocker that she came out with a victory here.
Dude, putter's finally working, you know? Yeah, I just remember watching her at the U.S. Open. It was just like, dude, she would hit green after green, have like look after look.
Ball strike is amazing.
At Aaron Hills, you know, it's really hard to hit it close to the
For
pin.
sure.
People don't play the pin at that course. They play just like
Middle of the
course
green.
management.
Yeah.
At Aaron Hills.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she had looks and just wasn't making it happen. And finally, putts were dropping this weekend for
Yeah.
her. So,
Yeah.
dude, maybe that's a little, it's a good it's a good thing to build off of going into next season or like closing out going into the playoffs that this season, you know.
Shoot, going into the CME Tour Championship, that's an
right?
amazing thing to have, man. We look at Lynn Grant's stats this weekend, averaged 29 putts this weekend, which is amazing. If you're hitting on 30 putts, you're having a day
Yeah.
on the golf course. I mean, obviously, if you're hitting greens, which obviously she was.
She does.
She had the weekend best 27 putts on Sunday. She was 14 and 18 green in regulation, and she was so comfortable in the lead that she bogeyed the last hole on Sunday, and she went 52 holes without a bogey, and ended up winning by 3 strokes, man. She had 3 bogeys on day one, and then for the rest of the weekend only had 2, man. So it was amazing to see everything come together. Like I said, that's my favorite swing on tour, so I was super happy to see her win. Did not pick her, and rightfully so, because like I said, her season has not been that impressive. But that just shows you how good the LPGA is, or just golf in general, man. You can be not looking so good throughout the year, and then some just click on one tournament, and now you're just a dog of a golf. And like I said, she was comfortable all the time. And I think historically with Lynn Grant, whenever you see her have a lead, she rarely loses it. So I remember when I was doing my thing with Backspin Golf, that was one thing that the homie Corey had spoken about. Like, man, if Lynn Grant has to lead, she doesn't look back after that. The issue with her this year is that she was rarely in those, top five, if anything,
Yeah.
man. She missed a lot of cuts this year, but it's good, again, to close the season out with the victory. Obviously, I know she still wants to win the CME, but, man, to win the ANNIKA, I feel like, maybe this is a hot take, I feel like the ANNIKA is similar to the Players. It's like a mini major almost.
Yeah, it's like an elevated event. Yeah,
It's
a
such an
signature
elevated
event.
Yeah. So for Lynn Grant to win that, I think it's huge. I think throughout her career on the LPGA, I think she only has one career victory, but now two. So shout out to the homie Lynn Grant, man. Again, my favorite swing on the LPGA tour. Nate, I want. There it is. We want to discuss a topic that we saw, again, sourcing our source here, Dan Rappaport, talk about in regards to LIV Golf working with the women's golf. Do you think this would be a good idea if this were to ever come into fruition?
Dude, I don't know. So what do you say? Like the PIF was gonna
Yep.
invest in the LPGA and try to get like events out there, right?
That's what it would look like. I mean, because I obviously doing that with men's golf to get the footprint on golf in its totality. But then again, the LPGA, they play
globally.
almost everywhere. So
They do.
it's
Yeah,
not going to have the same effect because, again, the PGA doesn't really go everywhere and play. You kind of are reliant on the DP World Tour, the Asian Tour, and to see some of your favorite players. But that would be
like
something.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, the LPGA was in Japan. So
Yeah. For the
Toto.
World, the Crown. Yeah, and the Toto, and then the International Crown Series was also overseas as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know. It does. I don't think they need help globally, but I think because one of the biggest hangups that we always had about like, hey, why doesn't the LIV just take some of these LPGA tour players and just make LIV like the UFC where you just sneak girls in to the main card, and that's how like the UFC usually has like better pay or like, more equal pay for their men's and women's UFC fighters. So they just sneak it in the main event,
Yeah.
And I think that would be,
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
no, I think I was about done, but I think that was like that would be great if we got women in there, But what was your question?
No, I was going to say, do you think that there is enough notoriety on the LPGA where fans would think they're worthy to be watched in terms of popularity? Like, because I think, and it'll probably be a debate, and this is probably for a woman golfer to explain, but obviously no one is for how the Saudis' money is backed at all. But if they were to support women's golf, do we see some of the LPGA women taking the money? Because it's probably going to be way more money that they make on the LPGA outside of, like,
For sure.
maybe if you are Nelly, you're going to make a lot of money off the course, endorsement deals and stuff. But let's say you try and get,
Like a Lynn Grant.
a Lynn Grant, and she's like, shoot, like, this is a lot of
cut
money.
show.
Yeah, someone, because really when you turn the magazines over for LPGA, you're either going to see Nelly or you're going to see Charlie. Outside of that,
Yeah.
you're not really showcasing anyone else as much as those two. So, like, would a Lynn Grant, would a Jennifer Kupcho be like, hey, we'll give you $6 million right now and come sign with them? Would they be willing to do it, even though morally it might seem wrong because of what they do to women in that? That's probably something they'll have to, really, really think about. Or maybe to them it's like, there's no thinking about this. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Part of me is like some of these athletes don't really look at the moral undertones because it's like they obviously don't endorse some of the
For sure.
bad behaviors that these investors kind of have,
Yeah.
and they obviously don't partake in it.
Yep.
Like DJ didn't endorse it and stuff like
Yeah.
that. The one thing that would be tough though is if I was LIV, like who do you sign? Because I highly doubt people like Gino is going to leave. I don't think Minji is going to leave.
No.
Like
So I was thinking this too.
like which
And-
undercard player will you take?
Or do they go an aggressive route and say, let's sign like an influencer who has aspirations to be on tour? Like, they've been
dude,
taking
they
a lot
would
of college
do
people.
that.
Do you go get Kai Trump? Do you go get Gabby Golf Girl? Do you?
Bro, they would totally do that. That just That makes me
So
sad that they would.
possibly because those are
They get.
really they get more eyes. They get more eyes on all their stuff.
I know,
The only issue I would say is because like when you join Live, they want people to compete, and it's like, do a lot of
yeah,
influencers really grind to become better at golf, or do they just want to
dude.
shoot
Tournament
content?
tournament golf and Instagram golf is just two
Totally
different
different.
things. Like
Yeah,
unless you're Brad Dahlke, it's gonna be different. Like I just imagine like Paige,
Sprint.
Spiranak,
Yeah, yeah.
Sporadic, whatever
How you
her
say her name?
name is.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I don't know. Like she's actually like a not bad of a player, but it's just like
yeah,
I don't know. Because like, what if you just sign these guys that are big names like Anthony Kim? They show up and they
yeah,
stink, and then they they,
yeah.
uh, they like play their way out of the live, and it's like, all right, you just paid these guys like 10 million guarantee for them to work 1 year, and that's it.
hmm
Um, dude, that actually kind of makes me depressed. Like that you just said
Yeah.
that because they totally would do that. They totally would just get someone that's a bigger name versus someone that's a good player. And I feel like we want to grow women's golf. Like we want to get the good players. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And like I said, going back to what I was saying earlier, like a lot of creators, man, like do a lot of them really even like grind to get better at golf? Or they're like, oh, I just want to shoot content. Because I don't think a lot of creators really grind to get better at golf. I mean, these are the few I see from my outside perspective that I think actually grind at the game of golf from a creator standpoint. One, I'm going to say me. I'm not the best golfer, but I get after it, dog. Golf and Golf with Geremy Days, he gets after it in
Yeah, I
regards
heard
to
your
grinding.
weekly routine. Like
Yeah,
Mondays, I
exactly.
do drive. Yeah.
Yes, all that stuff. I think Evan Thompson, he's another creator that grinds after the game. I
Oh,
think
he's a player.
yes, obviously Brad Dahlke grinds after it. There's this one girl, she's in this group called Golf Girl Games. Yeah, Kaylin Henderson, bro. Kaylin Henderson, she's another creator that grinds in the game of golf. I believe Grant does too. And there are probably plenty of more, but from an outside perspective, I think the people I just named. Oh, and my homie Bryce Butler, he's self-titled on YouTube, but Bryce Butler, he works really hard to get better at golf too. But I think a lot of creators, they just want to shoot content, and those I just named, include myself, actually grind to get better, man. I've been trying to get Kaylin Henderson on, but I think she's scared of smoke, which, hey, I get it. It is what it is. But yeah, I think if Liv wanted to get some names, you kind of go after creators that grind in the game of golf. But again, I don't know the type of backlash that women would get if they were to join that league too. And I do want to protect them if they were to get like
Yeah.
some heat
Dude,
for joining Live.
part
If
of
that
me,
was a thing.
yeah, part of me feels like someone like Charlie Hull might go to live if they do like co-ed. No,
Yeah.
I seriously think Liv should do like a co-ed thing though, and just have like two or three girls and just do like a mandatory. Hey, we gotta take 2 to 3 female scores, and then however many male scores. They have 4 they have to take, right?
For
Scores for their teams.
well, they only have 4 players, right? Because it's 54, 18 times 4.
Oh
54,
yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
no, I
I
think you
feel like
just
they
take.
should.
I think they just take all scores. Whoever's the best score individually wins the individual tournament, and then best
Oh,
scores
you just
overall.
add it up. You can't like take out a score.
Nah, I don't think it's like college and high school. Top
Oh,
4 out of
dang.
the 5 starters. Yeah, I believe so.
Dude.
Um,
But I
yeah,
think they should add like two females on each team, and then that way, like we can get a little bit more equal pay, stuff like that, and just grow the like notoriety of women's golf a little bit more because like now a different league
yeah,
has it. And then that
yeah,
way, I don't know. I feel like that like LPGA, I feel like they need a little bit of a threat, like kind of like the
yeah,
PGA feels that way. Like they feel like they need a little bit of a threat so they can keep trying to grow. Because if you're just the monopoly
hmm
in this space, you're not gonna try to find ways to conquer more. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just gonna or at least you're more likely to coast at least if you're just like
yeah, yeah. But
sole owned.
is it the LPGA's fault or is it the sponsors' fault? Because are they looking at LPGA like, well, y'all don't bring in that much, so we're just gonna make this purse low? And the LPGA is like, nah, man,
That's
like
true.
we should like make this purse higher. Because I know
That's
the
true.
Epson Tour has done a great job increasing their purses, specifically at the event at TPC, the Carlisle. That's one of the highest ones on the Epson Tour.
Uh
Um,
huh.
but yeah, it's like, do we blame the LPGA or do we blame the sponsors?
That's
If
true.
anything,
Part of me, I don't know if it's the LPGA's fault or like whose
yeah,
fault it would be. and I don't want to, go against anyone in the golf industry because they're my people.
For sure.
But part of me is like, I think I told you this a while ago, but I do get upset at like ESPN when they like try to really market, or just any sports, like Fox Sports, any big major sports broadcasting network, like when they just market, when they really went crazy marketing the WNBA, because Caitlin Clark, which rightfully so, but I feel like they just forgot about all these other women's sports. And it was like, dude, Nelly last year was having a historic run, and I feel like all last year on Sports Center Top 10 or anything Sports Center, whether it's PT, like Pardon the Interruption, all these shows, they never highlighted anything great that that Nelly was doing.
She went on a crazy run, bro. Like, she had 7 wins.
So it was just 6 in a row.
And she headlined like the gala, and she was on the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit. So it's like, man, all this they should have took full advantage of that. But
I know. Yeah. Well, I think I don't know if the LPGA needed to like talk to people at these major sports broadcast networks, or if these broadcast networks need to like kind of expand. I don't know. I'm also obviously a golfer and I'm biased, so I'm like, yo, why don't you highlight the homies on the golf course, But
no, I agree. But hopefully new commissioner Craig Kessler does something to obviously increase all the notoriety and increase the purse and stuff. And that LIV thing is up for debate. We'll love to know your thoughts in the comments, man. I seen y'all comment on Dan Rappaport. Why don't y'all comment on ours? How about that? Do that. But Nate, let's go over to the CME, the Tour Championship. This is the final event. Serious event, because I know they got the co-ed event at the end of the year for women's golf, man. Just like the Tour Championship and the Champions Tour Senior Championship, is going to be played at Greg Norman's course down in Florida. How do you pronounce that again, Nate?
Tiburon.
Yes, yeah.
That's how we pronounced the Tiburon in Nebraska when I was there.
Yeah.
So we'll
take it Tiburon. With that. Absolutely, we'll take it. 6,500 yards, par 72. Again, designed by LIV creator Greg Norman. But Nate, how about I start us off, man? If that's all right, man. So, CME Championships. This course has a lot of bunkers, a lot of water, requires a lot of accuracy. But I'm going to first start off with saying how the Korean players on tour have been balling this year. So the first person I'm going to go with is Hairun Yu. Again, got to be super accurate at this course. She's number 2 in green and regulation, number 1 in ball striking, green hit from the fairway. She's number 3, and she's top 35 in driving accuracy. So she's hitting the fairway. High chance she's going to hit the greens. The whole thing is just relying on her putter to do a lot of the dirty work for her, which I hope she can. She just played really well this past week at the ANNIKA, hoping that translates into next weekend. The next person I'm going to go with is, again, we talked about the difficulties of this course. A lot of risk out there. And the ION Risk Reward Challenge is a unique season-long competition on the LPGA Tour that highlights the game's best players as they navigate some of the most strategically challenging holes on the tour. Who's leading in that right now? Jen Kupcho. So Jen knows she knows how to go around risky holes. She's very strategic, really good player. She just played really good this weekend. I think this course matches her style of play. I think she can just go out there and, again, hopefully get her a victory. She already has a victory this year. That's been someone you've been rooting heavy for this year as well. And lastly, hey, man, I started with her. I'm in with her with the season. Obviously hasn't been looking as hot. She's still been making cuts, couple top 25s, but not as lethal as she was in the beginning of the year. I'm going with Mount Sago, bro. Going with Mount Sago. I started out with her. I'm in with her. And I think she's going to hopefully see that fire that she had the Chevron and translate it to the CME Tour Championship. So, yeah.
Yeah, kind of got cold. But didn't she play really well in Japan at the Toto?
Let me see.
I can't quite remember.
Because like I said, bro, she will be up there for a while. And then just kind of, she finished 17th, So, let's see. Mao Sago. She didn't play. She didn't have to play. Really, I mean, she already knew she was gonna make the CME. Yeah, she already knew she was gonna make the CME. I mean, she played in the International Crown Series.
International Crown.
Total, she was like, I'm gonna go back to America, get locked in, go play in the ANNIKA, finish T11. Great finish for her. Again, hopefully translates to the CME following week. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go with my picks. I'm actually gonna go. All right. My first pick is going to be Minji Lee.
I like it.
Because, you said there's ton of sand, ton of water. So water means got to be accurate off the tee. But accuracy is like, hey, just don't suck off the tee. So
100%.
So my favorite stat is strokes gained. And she's 14th in strokes gained off driving. Because driving, like the strokes gained is like not just distance, but like, are you in the rough or are you in the fairway?
Right.
So she's 14th strokes gained driving, solid, and she's number 2 in sand saves. And we all know she can putt when she needs to. So, so Minji Lee is pick number 1. I feel like I have 2 surprising-ish picks the next 2.
Okay.
Lynn Grant is my next pick. I know she won this week.
Recency bias.
No, I know she won this week, and it's hard to win back-to-back weeks, because it's hard to play good for 4 days in a row, let alone 2 weeks in a row. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But again, dude, number 3 in strokes gained driving. Okay,
Big hitter.
And then
Big hitter.
well, yeah, we all do that though. But yeah. She can hit the ball far and straight, and she's 30 in sand save, so that's solid. Putter was working this weekend. She kind of carries that momentum into this next weekend.
Yep.
She has a shot at contending.
Right.
So, the last pick, and please don't let me down. Please don't let me down. Nelly Korda.
Wouldn't hold my breath.
Okay? So, this is the thing. I'm going to throw away the stat book for a second,
Okay.
even though she is number 1 strokes gained driving. Let's just say that. Let's put that out there real quick, okay? Number 1 strokes gained driving. But let's throw away the stat book, okay?
Okay.
So this year, let's take out last year. This year, she's kind of been having like this Tommy Fleetwood season where it's like, yo, just freaking win already. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she contends and then falls out, and then like the U.S. Open happened. She was like, dude, she had looks at birdies to, kind of make a push, didn't make a push. And it's just been kind of like this, I don't want to watch my competitor putt because it's emotional or whatever.
Yeah.
So because she's having like a Tommy Fleetwood season, Tommy Fleetwood won the tour championship for the men's. Yeah. So then Nelly Korda is going to win it for the women's. That's the other thing too, is that she shot a 63 on, was it Friday or Saturday this weekend? And Putter was working there. LeBron gave her a little shout out,
Yeah, here you go, bandwagoning.
So that's my pick. Those are all reasons why I'm picking Nelly. Is throw away the stat book. It's just we're looking at the PGA Tour, and that's the crystal ball. Okay. And LeBron gave her a shout out.
All right, well, we'll see if Nelly can finally close out a victory this year and not go winless, despite her having a really good season scoring-wise. Just haven't seen it turn into a victory. But, guys, again, like, subscribe. Let us know in the comments who you think can win the CMM Championships for women's golf. But, Nate, let's move over to the PGA. Shout out to Adam Shank. 243 starts, gets his first win, and retains his PGA Tour card. But, again, in other PGA news, Justin Thomas, back surgery on Thursday, underwent a successful microdiscectomy. Am I saying that correctly?
Discectomy, yeah.
Discectomy, excuse me, which is described as a procedure to remove a bulging or damaged disc in the lower spine. Nate, we know he wants to listen to his body, and with injuries like this, what is a normal timeline for a player to possibly come back and perform in the game of golf? Because I want to see if we can essentially predict when we can see Justin Rose playing on tour. So what are your thoughts from a PT standpoint? And again, very subjective, because he could be feeling good and say, you know what, I want to wait 2 more weeks, but we're just trying to guesstimate here.
Yeah, I mean, generally after any surgery, because I feel like people don't talk about this enough, but surgery is just a controlled injury to someone's body. So what they're doing is they're going in and they're finding the disc and they're just kind of shaving that bulging disc out, and they just kind of take it out of there. So since it's a controlled injury, there has to be a little bit of time for healing. Generally, I feel like an average discectomy is probably 6 to 8 weeks of like, hey, let's just keep the exercises low, low intensity. I'm sure like there's more aggressive protocols that can kind of get someone like ready to go or doing more dynamic type tasks at 4 weeks and stuff like that. But generally, if there's no rush and he's not rushing, I would say
Yep.
don't rush, and then
Yeah.
just kind of let your body heal, gradually progress exercises so that it gets more and more dynamic. So we would start slowly with like isometrics, then start doing like anti-rotation and anti-bending exercises. And then obviously, since we have to rotate and bend, we just progress to that. And then after that, you progress the speed of the rotation and bending. And I feel like at most it would be 12 weeks, and I think that's ample time for him to get back by the Phoenix Open.
Okay, that will be the 18th of February. And guys, we're guesstimating. Obviously, Justin Thomas did not say that. February 18th will actually be the Genesis Invitational. So the question is, does he want his first event to be an elevated event?
Dude, I mean, he probably get back a little bit earlier, but
Yeah.
like, because this is the thing is 12 week is like you're done, whereas like he should be golfing before 12 weeks,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean, why not play an elevated event? But like,
I'm gonna say like you don't want to miss that. Like that's like you can miss the Arnold Palmer, you can miss the AT&T, but you don't want to miss the Genesis. When's the Phoenix Open? Is it right around?
It's 2 weeks before that, so February 5th to the 8th. It's always around Super Bowl time.
I know. I'm like, dang it, dude. I bet you he's gonna play in the Phoenix Open.
Okay. I like that. So if you had to give a PT analysis, again, Nate has not obviously worked with JT or anything like that, but from the outside looking in, call it 4 weeks. That would probably time up around the Genesis Invitational, but it would be awesome to see him make it back for the Phoenix Open February 5th to the 8th, man. But, Nate, let's move on to not going to say my favorite golfer, but a dog of a golfer. I do give him credit to that. Rory McIlroy, man. Just got announced that the Rory McIlroy Award is a new annual award created by the DP World Tour to honor the player who performs the best across the 4 major championships based on Race to Dubai points earned in those events. Beginning in 2026, this award was created to celebrate McIlroy becoming the first European golfer to complete the career Grand Slam. And let's look at his 2025 season in its totality. Won the Masters to complete the career Grand Slam, won the Players, won at Pebble Beach, won the Irish Open, won an away Ryder Cup victory, and he wins his 7th Race to Dubai year title. What does this say for his legacy? And does this help with the Player of the Year debate with Scotty?
Dude, I see Dan Rappaport talked about that, and I'm like, about Player of the Year, and I'm like, dude, if it's PGA, like you can't, you have to take out the DP World Tour and stuff like that,
and Ryder Cup too,
dude. Yeah, and this is the thing, Scotty isn't playing in all these events,
He only played in the Pro Tour because Keegan said, as a team, let's all play in the Pro Tour.
Yeah,
he just fall event.
he just accidentally won it. Yeah, he just showed up like, "What? My bad, I won."
Yeah.
Sorry, Ben Griffin. Yeah. Didn't he win in the playoff, right? Or was it?
I don't know if it was a playoff or
it came down to the 18th hole.
Yeah. And Ben pushed it left, I think. Yeah. Or pulled it, excuse me.
He just like accidentally won. And
yeah.
I think, it's hard to say because like Roy just played more events. So, you get more exposure to these events.
Yeah.
Have a higher chance of winning, and which I guess that is a knock on Scotty. Like, hey, that goes against you. Like, you're not showing up to these events, so that takes away.
A lot of other
points.
PGA players are playing in these events, but Scotty's such a family guy. He's like, man, the commitment and sacrifice that his wife does to be at all these events, she's probably like, I'm tired. I just want to stay at home. Rightfully so. He's like, I want to stay at home. And knowing a guy like Scotty. Now, so we're just debating as sports fans, but going to a guy like Scott, he's like, I don't really care about the accolade of winning PGA or Player of the Year.
That's crazy.
I just won 6 times this year and made all this money, won 2 majors. Like, okay, Rory, take Player of the Year, whatever. See you at the Heroes or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
December.
He's just like,
yeah.
That's so funny. He's probably just like, yeah, Rory, you can have it. I don't really care. Like,
yeah. Yeah, but that's the one point I was making last time we were talking about this too. Is like, it's the it's the PGA Tour Player of the Year. It's not just the Player of the Year. So you have to, you have to put into account what he's doing on the PGA Tour. And again, granted, Rory had a great year on the PGA Tour. 3 victories, won the Masters. both other wins were signature events. Like, that's amazing. I think just the way Rory kind of cooled down towards the end might have hurt him a little bit. Obviously, skipping out on Memphis, only really doing good towards the end of the year when it came down to playing in the Genesis Open and the Open because he was back on his home course.
Yeah.
But when it came to like a lot of the, in state or in our country tournaments, didn't really see Rory close the way he would have liked to. So
Yeah.
I think it should still go to Scotty though.
I got a question for you, though, actually.
Please.
Do you think, I don't know if this actually makes a difference at all, and this might be a stupid question, but do you think, what if Tommy Fleetwood would have won against Aaron Ryan playoff last weekend? Do you think they'd be like, all right, well, Tommy might be the best European player right now, so do we name it?
Nah, they definitely not gonna name nothing. But nah, because again, the deciding factor was the career Grand Slam.
Yeah, and I don't get me wrong. Rory's notoriety. Yeah, first year, and Rory's notoriety is tenfold of Fleetwood, and Fleetwood's amazing, But
100%.
Yeah, Rory is just so much more of like a icon than Fleetwood is, and
Tommy Fleetwood. I see it's hard to say that. I mean, no, he has a bunch of DP World wins, so that's different from PGA. But he might be like the DP World Tour's Phil Mickelson or something like that.
Yeah, and like Rory. This is the thing. Like Rory's gonna go down in history as like an all timer. Like he's gonna be the greatest of our generation, or one of the greatest of our generation.
For sure.
Like I don't think like Fleetwood would just be like a Pro Bowler, whereas like Rory would have been like considered like a Julio Jones. Like, okay, he's definitely one of the top receivers of our time. He's not Calvin or Moss, but he's a top receiver of our time.
Yeah, I really like that. I like that take. And we move over here to Matt Fitzpatrick. It's his first win in 2 years at the DP World Tour Championship, and kind of just trying to mix in live golf. We want to talk all aspects of golf. DP World Tour does have a better field than the FedEx Cup Fall. Obviously, no question about that. But in this DP World Tour field, there are a plethora of live players. Do we put another knock on the live players because we didn't really see them dominate as much on the DP World Tour? Granted, Tom McEwen did win, so he was one that represented the live players, right? But didn't see much talk about Tyrell Hatton. Didn't see much talk about Patrick Reed. We saw them kind of like floating at the top, but they never like closed out. Brooks Koepka never really looked that good when he went to go play on DP or the Asian tours. What are your thoughts in regards to live kind of just not really being a factor even on the DP World Tour?
Dude, I don't know. Is it have these players lost their fire? Like, I think that's a legitimate criticism. Like, I'm not just saying this because I'm like Brandel and I hate the live. You know what I'm saying? I like the live. I think this is a legitimate question at this point. Is like, dude, they're not even competitive in DP events. And the crazy thing is, like in DP's defense is like, or in Europe's defense is that these European players, the top players will show up at these events, whereas in the FedEx Cup Fall, like, who's the biggest name in these events? Adam Shank,
Ben Griffin last week. Next week, Harris English is going to play, and we know he was a automatic qualifier for the Ryder Cup. So
Ryder Cup.
But like, you're not going to really see Scott. I think obviously Xander did play in one FedEx Cup Fall event, right? Or no, that's Asian Tour. I think he played in. Yeah, I don't think Xander played in the FedEx Fall event. He played in the Asian Tour event, I think.
Yeah, I low-key think Sahith Theegala is the most famous guy. In these,
Yeah.
And you just don't see a lot of the top American guys. Like, where's Keegan at? Where's I don't know. Where's Cam
Young?
God, what's Cam Young? Where's he at?
Yeah.
But so in the DP World Tour's defense, like, they get a lot of these good players playing in it. So like, it is a little bit tougher to do well there. But bro, like these live guys, like, why aren't you making it competitive? And
I think they have to do well too, because a lot of them need to keep their status on
in the majors.
Live. In majors and live too, as well. Yeah. That's why again, a lot of them were doing the Asian tour and stuff too. And I would hate to admit, like, a guy like Brooks Koepka, like, dang, are you really digressing this much? It was something to see because, I mean, how many majors does he have? 5?
Well, so he won the PGA, the Masters. No, has he won the Masters?
No, he hasn't won the Masters yet.
Dude, like, what if he doesn't? What if in like a couple of years it's like he's not playing the Masters anymore?
He's going to be Greg Norman.
Dude, I know. Like, what would the
Been
golf
number
world
one
be like?
golfer. Yeah, he's been a number one golfer. Hasn't won the Masters, but he's won,
Yeah, just
other majors. I hope it's not the case for him.
I know. And like, so he won the U.S. Open in 2017, right? So when he won it.
I believe so.
So it means like next year is his last year of exemption, if
Yeah,
unless he's
yeah,
gained it somewhere else.
yeah, yeah,
Think
yeah.
about that,
Good
dude.
point.
Like Brooks Koepka could lose his exemption to the U.S. Open next year.
That would
And what's
suck.
the golf world going to do when Brooks Koepka's not playing in the U.S. Open? Granted, I think
He has to go qualify.
yeah, he might keep it because he did okay this year, but I don't know how. Like, I think like if you do well one year, it only helps you for the next year. I don't think it helps you for like multiple years because he
No,
made
I
the
think
cut
so
this.
because Phil. No, what was Phil's situation when they was like, this is his last opportunity to do it, and he never won the U.S. Open. I forgot how many years he had exemption for that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because he's a top player in the world or if like
Probably,
if you get
probably.
top 10, I have no
Yeah,
idea. I don't really remember, but if you get like top 10, you can like get exempt for the next year or the next week or something like that.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy because we all remember his performance at Aaron Hills when he just was balling out.
Here it is. So Phil Mickelson is in the final year of his 5-year U.S. Open exemption, which he earned by winning the 2021 PGA Championship.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, if you win a
so
major, you get a 5-year exempt for I think all majors. But
yeah, so yeah, it is fun to see what it might look like without
dude,
Brooks, but I don't
dude,
even want to see that.
dude, but that's crazy because he won the PGA in 2022 against Victor,
Yes,
so
and
he
then
would
won
lose it.
Then he won it again in 2023 though, didn't he? He won
Oh
it back to
shoot!
back.
So he
Yeah,
would.
I think he won it back to
So
back.
he would lose it in 2028, not next year.
Yeah, so he still has time. But again, I just want to see him
Or
competitive though. He's not even competitive, bro.
yeah,
Like that U.S. Open was such an outlier situation, bro. It's like, do we really even count this, bro?
yeah. Give your trophy back, dude. It's like Reggie Bush and the Heisman.
That's crazy. He won. Where are the majors? Where is this? All right. Is this it? Oh yeah. So he won the PGA Championship in 2018, then won again in 2019, and then came back and won again in 2023. Is what Brooks Koepka did. Yeah, I thought he went back to back, but I guess he went back to back in 2018, 2019, and then won in 2023. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But real quick, guys, definitely got to break down the Champions Tour, man. Shout out to my homie Stuart Sink, dog. So happy
Yes,
that
let's
he won the
go.
Champions Tour against, unfortunately, new level golfer Stephen Alks. Stuart also won the Charles Schwab Cup Points race winner. So he won 2 trophies this weekend, and he's a huge
Oh,
Georgia
cool.
Tech fan. Him and his wife, Lisa, had the Georgia Tech game against Boston College recorded. So they was like, do not tell us who won. So
Oh
I bet he's
yeah,
happy
I
to go
watched that
back to
game.
his-
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet he's happy Georgia Tech won. He came out with some heavy metal too, man. So shout out to the homie Stuart Sink for winning the Champions Tour. But
Yeah.
this is the question we have to discuss because everyone's been talking about it, bro. Tiger Woods turns 50 in a matter of weeks. Would Tiger join the Champions Tour, overshadow the PGA Tour viewership? And do you think that Tiger Woods should join the Champions Tour?
Bro, first off, I just want to congratulate Captain Stewart Sick. Let's speak it into existence.
yeah.
Okay?
There we go.
Let's
Yeah,
speak it
man.
into existence.
There we go.
But
There we go.
I don't know, man. Like, part of me doesn't want him to go to the Champions Tour because I want to see him, win another major. And granted, he can still play in the majors.
Yeah, he still play. Yeah.
Yeah. And then granted, like these senior tour events can be little tune-up events for him, and obviously I think he should play in some of these events. But I want him to, dude. I want him to win an elevated event. I want him to win or do well on the PGA Tour still, and just kind of stack up his PGA Tour wins and gain some distance from who's second, Arnold, Rory?
I think him and Sam in total PGA Tour wins.
Yeah.
I think him and Sam Snead both have 82.
Are you serious? Sam Snead has that many wins?
Make sure I'm not lying. Most
Dude,
PGA Tour wins. List of golfers. Yep, Sam Snead 82, Tiger 82.
Yes.
It's just Sam Snead got 7 majors and Tiger obviously has 15. And then Jack's obviously third with 73 and then 18 majors.
Yeah, let's get some distance between Jack and let's
He
get
just needs to
ahead of
win
Steve.
one. Just win
Yeah,
one.
like yeah. So if he plays in more tour events, that'll be more exposure, more chance, and he can accidentally win one, just like Scotty did in the Pro Tour.
And he would probably want
Um,
that to be the Masters, though. Honestly.
yeah, but I also can see like, hey, I got a major coming up. My body probably doesn't like 4 days, so I'll just play in one of these senior tour events, and then I would like it though because it would highlight a lot of these like legends that I grew up watching, like
Ernie
KJ
Els,
Choi's of the world,
KJ
Ernie
Choi, Ernie
Els,
Els,
dude.
VJ Singh.
Dude, my golf coach was such a big fan of Ernie Els that
Mm-hmm.
like we would always watch Ernie Els swing
Mm-hmm.
to like
Makes
be like
sense.
you got to do that.
Yeah.
And eventually I was like I like Adam Scott because then like when I started
Yeah.
watching golf, he
Yeah.
was winning stuff.
Yeah.
But
Winning
anyways,
matches.
like I would like it. I would like to see like Tiger Woods just start whooping on these dudes. 'Cause, dude, when he goes
Mm-hmm.
in the future, he's gonna just smoke everybody.
Do you think
Um,
so?
I
Bro, they
think
were
so,
they were out there dogging on the senior tour, bro. Like
dude.
even this week, like this weekend, looking at Stewart, a little wayward with the driver. Not like bad misses, but his scramble golf was so amazing. He was just saving birdies consistently, bro.
Dude,
And he was out driving a lot of people, bro. I still think a lot of people are still gonna be competitive. Like Stewart gonna still be competitive. Steven Alker still gonna be competitive. Two Glove Gainey's gonna be competitive. Um,
dude, don't get me wrong. Like,
Padre Harrington's still competitive.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
Fred
yeah.
Couples.
Fred
Bernard is
Couples.
kind of
He's
Bernard's
on
kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
yeah,
He's like middle of the pack on the tour.
yeah. He's kind of. I think he's like getting close to being like I'm just done golfing.
Yeah, yeah. He
Um,
was in the cart. He was in the cart. Yeah.
was he really?
A lot
Yeah,
of people in
dude,
the
get
cart.
Tiger
Him,
Woods in the cart.
VJ was in the cart. Michael Wright was in the cart.
Dude, VJ was in the cart. That's so sad.
Yeah, but
Dude,
he
VJ
has
was
like a
so good,
he has like a limp, so he has to use that car. He can't walk.
bro. That's the thing. That's like so hard to see. It's just like
Yeah.
it's like all that is the same. Watching the senior tour is like just watching Tiger at the Masters limping up hole 18.
Well, he said
Like,
you don't have to really watch him limp because like you just on the cart and just kind of
yeah, just now, yeah.
you just kind of saw him on the green like limping. It's like dang VJ, but he was still playing good golf. So I think I said this so many times. I think Tiger still has so many good swings in him. It's just the endurance part of like walking the course. His body can't withstand. So if he goes on the senior
Dude.
tour, he's not. I don't think he's gonna. He might watch them, but like I can't easily say that, dog, just because like
Dude, but this is the
obviously
thing.
my relationship with Stewart, so I'm not gonna say he's gonna watch Stewart.
This is the thing is he washed them 20 years ago, and I feel like when he goes on the senior tour, it's gonna be back to like. Now we're gonna see like vintage Tiger Sunday red. He's gonna fist pump.
But his health is a huge concern, though. That's the issue. He was healthy back when he was beating them 20 years ago. Like
I
Stewart's
know,
healthy. Steven Alker's healthy. Like Padre Harrington is healthy from a, no athlete's ever really healthy going into a playing event, but like they're healthy. Like Tiger's not healthy, bro. Like
Dude, but if he gets a cart, man, I feel like that'll
it would
mitigate.
help a lot. It would help a lot. Yeah.
And
And
granted,
I also think this too. I think it would be cool to see Tiger win the U.S. Open as a junior, as a PGA Tour player, and then win the U.S. Senior.
Oh, the
Open.
U.S.
And just-
Senior,
and just
that would be
wipe
cool.
it clean. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but the other thing too is like I think Tiger's fitness might also help him because like he's not the healthiest with like injury history, but he also is the most fit, and I think that'll help. That'll pay off for him, especially if he can like ride in the cart and stuff like that. Because I think that car accident is really mess with him.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see, man. I would love to see Tiger on the senior tour. I don't think it would take away that many eyes from the PGA Tour because Scotty's still on there dogging. Like, let's say if the playing field was so even like the LPGA, it might take away eyes. But because Scotty dogs the tour, like there's still interest in watching Scotty. The only thing about Scotty, he's not as flamboyant as Tiger with celebrations like his swag. Scotty just like, all right, birdie, and then he only throws fits if like he makes a par or something like that.
Yeah, too level-headed.
Yeah, but Tiger is a more exciting to watch. So I mean, that could be a huge risk if he does go to the senior tour. But then like that helps out the senior tour so much because there's a lot of things going on with the senior tour that they can use help for and stuff like that. But if Tiger does eventually, like I said, when's his birthday? Like December. When's Tiger's birthday? I think Tiger Woods birthday is December 30th. So,
Oh,
God,
so
it's
he's
so
eligible literally
yes,
2026.
going into next year. So, a lot of decisions be made for him, and like, bro, like I said, I don't see. I think you should bring more out to the senior tour, get to play with your buddies again, because like you're the old
I
head on the
know.
PGA tour. You know what I'm saying? Only real, I mean, I won't say only real friend you have, because you have plenty of friends in golf no matter what. Like you're still really
Yeah.
cool with Justin Thomas, Rory McIlroy and stuff. But like, go play with your running mates, man, that you were dogging in like the '90s and
That's
2000s,
yeah.
bro. Like that would be awesome to see. And like, I can only imagine like the coverage or the build up to it, like going back and watching like, oh, when Tiger beat Ernie Els or when Tiger beat, I don't know if Steve
So,
Stricker's still on the senior champions tour or whatever, but like that stuff would like just be super
yeah, bring
fire.
back
Like,
those matchups. Yeah, bring back those
yes,
matchups. That'd be
that would be
awesome.
so vintage, bro. So let us know in the comments, man. Do you guys think that Tiger should go on the champions tour or just continue to do TGL and not really move around that much, and then just try to strike lightning in the bottle and play on the Masters, which I think he's always gonna go after the Masters as long as he can, hit a ball at this point.
He should.
But
Yeah.
yeah. But again, guys, this episode is brought to you by New Level Golf. It is clubs by the players for the players. And here is our level up golfer of the week.
All right. So we decided. I think the new level or level up golfer of the week should go to Lynn Grant
Okay,
because
fair
she
enough.
played out of her mind this week, well above her, I guess, average.
Yeah.
Whereas Stuart Sink has been playing well all year. This is
Yep.
his second or third win, right? He
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
has been playing well enough to win the Schwab Cup points. So
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
that means it's been a dominant season. So I think Lynn Grant playing out of her mind. I don't say out of her capabilities because
For sure.
she obviously is
She's
capable of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's obviously capable of it because she did it. It's got to go to her. So congrats, Lynn Grant, ASU's finest.
There we go. Yeah, we're not biased here, guys. So we just truly think that when Grant showed out this weekend was definitely worthy of being level up golfer of the year. But Nate, I want to close us out with this, man. Obviously, we want to make sure that we are walking out our faith as best as we can, being super depending on the Lord. What is one thing the Lord has been showing you, maybe this week or maybe this month? And you go first, and I'll go after.
Sure, man. So I think one thing we talked about at church today was prayer and like, hey, how do you pray? Do you always just think about your prayer, and then it's always like me. God, can I have this? God, give me this. And Pastor Xavier, Pastor Xavier at our
Think about
church.
X-Men?
No, but my freaking pastor's name is Xavier, so 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 it makes it more confusing. Anyways, but Pastor Xavier was talking today about how like, hey, what if your prayer didn't like try to make you better, but it tried to make like the world more like the way God intended it to make the world look more like heaven. I think that's probably something that I'll take with me throughout this week and just be like, all right, make sure. Because I'll be like, God, please give me blah, blah, blah. Give me patience. Give me knowledge. Give me time, that kind of stuff. And yeah, I feel like that's going to be something I work on this week.
Yeah, I think that's good, man. I think for me personally, bro, and I'll speak about mine in a minute, but like I am a guy that sounds contradicted. I pride myself on being a selfless prayer, more so praying for other people more than myself. I know as of lately, I've been discussing with my wife, I've been kind of struggling praying for myself because I feel like when those prayers don't come into fruition the way I want, I feel like, man, I just exhausted myself praying for myself. And I just always have this revolving door on like, what's the point in praying for something if the Lord is sovereign and he's going to provide our needs regardless? Because I forgot where it is in scripture, but right before the Lord's prayer, when he says pray like this, it spoke about how like God already knows what you need before you even ask. So I'm like, if he already knows what I need before I ask, why do I need to ask? And he's sovereign, so he already knows what's going to happen. So I've been in this like space where it's like I just need to live a life of obedience and gratitude in my prayers, and whatever he wants to get me through his sovereignty, he will. But the word does, command us to pray. So I think in regards to praying for myself, I need to do a better job. But I think it is even more important to be selfless in our prayers as well. But the thing that's been on my mind, throughout the last 2 weeks are two scriptures. It's Psalm 56:3 that says, "When I'm afraid, I put my trust in you." And not that I'm walking around scared, but, transition out of the NFL and just trying to figure out what to do next, it comes with a bit of fear because when you're done playing, bro, you feel like you're behind the eight ball. Like, I didn't get to learn all these skill sets and talents that a lot of kids do when they graduate college because I was too busy playing in the NFL. And that's not to say I'm ungrateful for that. I'm super grateful for that. But, like, I never worked a real job in my life. So it's just like, Lord, I don't know what to do next. I know I love talking about golf. I know I love playing golf. And I do give him Golf and Gospel podcast and Golf and Gospel. And I pray as part of his sovereignty that he allows it to take off. But if he's calling me to something else, I mean, there's a fear of, like, I don't know how to do anything else because all I've done is football. So in that sense, because there's some fear, I'm learning my best to try. And not try, I'm learning my best to hopefully walk this out to put my trust in him. And the second thing is, which I think I do, I think you do, and a lot of my other friends do, is what it says in Matthew 11:6. It says, "Blessed are the ones who are unashamed of me." And just continue to boast in the gospel, man. I've never been the type of guy to water down the gospel. I like to say that I'm willing to offend the world for the sake of the gospel. That's not to say that I'm like preacher, I'm like throwing in your face or condemning people, but like, if there's things like the world is doing and it's counter to the gospel, I'm going to speak on it, bro, for the sake of the gospel. And I'm willing to offend for the sake of the gospel. So I would say those are two things that have been on my heart the last 2 weeks. But that Psalms 56:3 has been one I'm really, really trying to walk out and just trust in the Lord and just believe in his provision, bro. So, yeah.
That's fun. Like, there's two things. When I got in my car accident, I was like,
yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do next because I knew.
So I will
golf
say
was
this,
probably
guys.
done.
If you want to hear more of this story, go to Golf and Gospel, type in Nate Wong, and you'll see him beat me in golf, but also tell this story. But continue, Nate.
Yeah, so I got in a car accident and I like ended my at least my college career. You know, I can still golf now, but
Yeah.
I remember like I was like, all I know is golf. I got into college like thinking I'm just gonna be a golfer, and like when I'm done, I'm gonna go play pro golf. And that so when I got in a car accident, I was like the most lost I've ever felt. Or like when I was done, like because they were like, yeah, we're gonna medically retire you, like almost whether you like it or not, but we were gonna medically retire you. And yeah, that like feeling of lostness. It is like scare. You know, it is scary.
Yeah.
So I totally feel you there. I feel like I don't think I have the right answer. I was just trying to empathize.
It's not that it's not that I'm like looking for an answer right now. I mean, I am, but not to say like give me an answer, Nate. It's just
Yeah.
I have to one of my homeboys. His name is Javian Elliott. Javian's my dog, man. I love that dude. He's been telling me, he suggested to me, like, when you go on these car rides and stuff, like, a lot of times when we're praying about stuff, we're always asking. We're just talking too much. And he's just like, yo, just drive in silence. See what the Lord tells you. Like, try to have a quiet time. And, bro, a lot of times when I've been driving as of lately, I just been driving in silence, unless I'm re-listening to Golf and Gospel podcast like you guys should be.
Yeah.
But I just been driving in silence, just hoping to hear from the Lord or hoping that he just stirs my heart in a way. And again, in my hope is if it's in his will for this Golf and Gospel podcast, Golf and Gospel take off, then like I just gotta be patient in that. But if it's not, then yeah, I just gotta trust in him to provide. But I'm just sitting there quiet in my car, like, Lord, tell me something. Sometimes like my mind be wandering, and I'm just like, I have to tell myself like, bro, hush up, dog. Like, listen, like just try to listen. 'Cause our mind it just goes off in other places. So
That's
but yeah,
that's kind of like the Scotty Scheffler, like just look at the birds, you know, and like
yeah.
I almost weren't you trying to like almost quoting that like the
Well, I
Sermon
was
on the
saying
Mount, like
not necessarily. So when I was mentioning the thing with Scotty, I was more so talking about because like I feel like in the game of golf, and you would know more than me, that you can mentally exhaust yourself when
for sure.
you're just thinking golf, 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 golf. So Scotty will obviously hit a shot, and then as he's walking, he's just like, look at these birds. He's trying to take his mind off it to kind of like if I was imagine if I was just running hundreds over and over and over. I think in Scotty's sake, when he's doing, I'm tired of that happening. In Scotty's sake, when that's happening, when he goes and looks at the birds or the trees, that's him like getting a water break. And then when he gets back to his ball or he's approaching his ball,
Yeah,
now
a
he's
mental water
surrendering.
break.
Yeah, now he's like, all right, okay, the wind's off the right. Well, Ted's like, the wind's off the right. The slope here is 152. I think you should use your 9-iron, maybe keep it low, whatever he may be telling him. And then that's when he gets back into his mental. But, like, you just don't want to mentally exhaust yourself. And I think sometimes we should pray without ceasing. Do not get me wrong. But it's like, man, let's take a break and not always just be praying, but, like, let's listen and see where he directs us. And maybe lately I've just been too loud in that. Yeah, I think that's what my boy Javian was trying to suggest to me, and I appreciate him giving me that wisdom.
Yeah, no, I was talking about, you said earlier about, like, when God talks about prayer, what were you saying? And then it was like, before the Lord's Prayer,
he said, I already know what you need before you even ask, so pray like this: Our Father, who Lord in heaven, hallowed be thy name. So I always had this thing like, well, should I even be praying? Because he already knows what I need, and he's sovereign, so whatever is going to happen, and his will is going to happen. So should I just live a life of prayer in regards to gratitude and living a life that's obedient to him and reflects him? And like I said, it's been a revolving door in my head, because it's like, he tells us to ask, but I saw the scriptures also say, like, he already knows what we need before we even ask. So I'm always like, what's the point of asking? And I'm more so getting that space when I really, really pray for something and it's a no. And with this last situation, obviously you know what I'm talking about. Bro, I was like in my closet praying in silence on drives, having friends intercede on my behalf for him to say no. Then I was just like, what's the point in praying, bro? Like, because if you're sovereign, you already knew you were going to say no, bro. Now, for me, guys, if you're listening, I'm not questioning if God's still good. He's still amazing. He's still fire, bro. Like, still down across my sins. But it's just like, bro, like, what's the point of even asking? Like, if you knew you were going to say no, because then I wouldn't have wasted all my time doing that if I knew it was going to be no. But that's just something I just battle with eternally, as I'm being transparent on this podcast, that I just need to work through at this point. Yeah. But guys, man, please let us know your thoughts in the comments. If it's golf, if it's gospel related, reach out to me and Nate, how we can be praying for you, how we can be servicing you. And guys, we'll see you on the next episode of Golf and Golf Podcast with the CME Championships. And that's probably like the real last tournament. I know you got the RSM Classic next week and stuff. I will want to break that down if my dog Novak wins. But yeah, guys, we'll see you on the next episode. Peace.